Recently, I headed up to the new wavepool, Lost Shore, in Scotland, which is based right next to the Edinburgh airport. It's one of the latest waveguard and wavepools to be made and boasts 52 module design compared to the 40, which is the Wave in Bristol. I didn't realise, but the barrel session offered is actually the B2 setting, not the B1. So the key questions are the waves any longer and is the B2 that much better than you can notice? Well, you're about to find out. I'm James Davis, and I've been a skydiver for over 20 years, jumping and competing all around the world. In the last 18 months, I've been surfing at the wavepool in Bristol to see if wavepools can do for surfing what wind tunnels did for skydiving. I wanted to see what would happen if an average surfer trained at the wavepool for a year, if they could learn to get barreled, sharing all the mistakes, learning points and experiences along the way. This is the new Lost Shore wavepool in Scotland. It's pretty impressive in all sense of the word, and recently I got to surf a few of their sessions. Now, waveguard and wavepools can make hundreds of different types of waves, but operators tend to offer just a handful for sale to the public. When it comes to the barrel setting, then the B1 is the normal offering which most people can buy, but there are also B2, B3 and B4. And I'm sure waveguard can actually create hundreds more custom ones. Now, not many wavepools push out the B4. I think the Melbourne wavepool initially tried it, but it's packed such a punch and lots of people got hurt that they dialed it down. I also think Alaya Bay in Switzerland have pushed B4 waves out, and they used to run the higher barrel settings for their members only. Now, I may have got this slightly wrong, and if I have done, then let me know in the comments below. But the basic takeaway is that the higher barrel settings pack a punch for everyone and aren't to be sniffed at, especially for most of us average surfers. I'm a big fan of the B1 wave setting in Bristol. I love the first section and shape for doing a turn, and you just have to make sure you time it right and don't get too greedy in order to miss the barrel section. But if you do connect it all up, then there's often a chance to try a wrap at the end after a successful barrel. Now, some people complain and say it doesn't always barrel. For sure, cross currents play a factor in the wave quality, and if a wave pool runs 20 wave sets or 15 wave sets, then the second half can often be compromised. There is also an interesting take coming from some very good surfers who felt that it was about what a surfer does before the barrel section that impacts what comes next, i.e. if the wave barrels or not. Now, who am I to say anything? But from watching hundreds of surfers at the wave pool and seeing some people regularly getting barreled when others don't, it looks like there could be something to this. A couple of other observations would be that the B1 barrel foam ball and where the lip throws are actually pretty close together. To get a quiet cover up, you need to time the section well and have some technique for slowing down or governing your speed. The barrel is also pretty much one direction, i.e. in a straight line, with little or no wrapping, so no course correction is needed to be thought about. Okay, just a quick plug for the surf coaching camp, which might be of interest to some of you. Snoopy is coming over from Morocco to the UK and will be at the wavepool from Monday the 26th of May until Wednesday the 28th of May. 14 people have already signed up, so if you want to unlock a new level of surfing and learn from one of the most experienced and friendly surfers you could ever find, then come and get involved. The coaching is for improver, intermediate and advanced surfers, and I've left the details and link in the description below to make it as simple as possible to register and join the waitlist. Okay, back on with the vlog. So how does the B2 in Scotland compare? Well, the first thing to note is that the lip is much thicker and it's definitely going to barrel. And Lost Shore only run 4 waves in a set, so the cross currents are less of a problem. But to be honest, it's the power of the wave and thickness of the lip which you notice straight away. The takeoff is the same. It's relatively mellow and manageable, It's just important not to be complacent and paddle in properly. The setup is also the same, where a surfer can do a turn or just stall before the barrel section. Now, if you've not surfed the B1 or B2, then it's pretty easy to get caught out with the timing, as the barrel suddenly appears out of nowhere. But if you know the B1, then the timing is pretty similar. The barrel section, well, this is where you start to notice a big difference. This is my first wave, and I didn't actually know it was B2 until I was setting up and the wave started walling up. It just looked and felt slightly different, and the water was definitely moving a bit quicker. Now the barrel lip throws a lot more in front of you versus the B1. I don't have any point of view footage, but the visuals are different, and I found myself totally surprised at how much more of a cover up there was. The next obvious point was that there's a straight barrel section before it starts to bend in. Now the basic rules that I was told by a top surfer for riding the barrel remain the same, and that is stay in the flats, point the board slightly towards the clubhouse to avoid the board being parallel with the wave and being sucked up the face. The next point to note was when you get it wrong. Look, basically, you're going to know about it. It didn't matter if you were just getting clipped, getting the entry or exit timing slightly wrong, or misjudging the speed matching. If you made a mistake, then the wave would definitely let you know. Now it's also super shallow in the barrel section, so if you think about duck diving the wave, then you're in for a surprise. In my honest opinion, falling on the forehand is totally different to falling on the backhand. Now you can flame away in the comment section saying it's just a rookie observation or I don't know what I'm talking about, but it feels like on the backhand you get pitched forward into a face plant, whilst on the forehand it seems easier to bail and to pancake. This session was the first time that I've really noticed being smashed at the wave pool, and if I should actually start using a helmet. It was that much noticeable. Look, in conclusion, the successful barrels were incredible. The visuals of seeing how the wave throws in front, the silence, and the relatively longer barrel were all amazing. In fact, the first B2 session that I surfed, I felt like being a kid in a candy shop at Christmas. So is the B2 a proper step up from the B1? Well, I have to say it is, yes. It's awesome to have the choice if you're thinking about your first barrel session, because I'd absolutely do B1 first. But the B2 barrel setting was incredible and a ton of fun to surf. In the next vlog, I'm not sure if it's going to be a proper review on Lost Shore or sharing some of the expert input I've been getting to prove my turns by getting more on rail and surfing less flat. We'll have to wait and see. But until then, enjoy your surfing wherever that may be.